Dr. Page, I know we've been discussing ADP and the benefits that we have to offer, but I really want to learn a little bit more about your day-to-day operations and how you manage your business. When you think back on some of your most frustrating days on the job, what does it usually revolve around?
Well, Lawrence, I can't really think of any frustrating days. I know it was pretty tough in the beginning trying to get the business off the ground and implement all the aspects together, but we've pretty much ironed out all the kinks since then.
Awesome, awesome. I'm glad to hear you've all worked through all the initial speed bumps that you were faced with in the beginning. Let me ask you, what processes did you implement to fix some of these issues that you experienced?
Well, we went through a lot of changes internally and externally, and we revamped many of our services to fit the customer's needs as well.
Okay, okay. How do you think a lot of your administrative processes changed as far as accounting and human resources?
I wouldn't say too much. I handle most of it, and it's been that way since the beginning, so I would say not a whole lot.
Wow, so on top of your normal responsibilities of servicing patients, you're forced to manage the other end of the business as well? That must be time consuming.
Yeah, it can be, but I've gotten used to it. I've handled the majority of these processes, and it's just become part of my responsibilities.
Well, I know it can be difficult for people to change from what they're used to, but what if I could introduce a process to you that could save you a ton of time? What do you think would focus that extra? What do you think you would focus that extra time doing?
Well, that would be great, Lawrence. I probably would focus more time on expanding my practice and maybe opening up another location.
Yeah, absolutely. Dedicating more time to servicing more patients. What would a more efficient process do for your business as a whole?
I would imagine it would take some of the frustrations out of having to go back and redo work due to mistakes made, although that doesn't really happen that often.
Sure, I can see that being a huge benefit to implementing a better process. Most of the customers that I've worked with have found that ADP has proven beneficial to their hiring process as well. Who is the person in charge of handling that part of the business for you?
Well, I brought in an office manager. Her name's Jane, and she takes care of all that for me.
Okay. How does Jane ensure that all employees are being treated fairly or that they understand and abide by company policies? What system is in place?
If I'm being honest, I don't really know too much about how she handles it, but I know she holds meetings every week where problems are discussed and changes are made with the staff.
Don't you think it would be more beneficial to address issues and policies up front upon hiring your employees instead of scheduling a meeting every week? Policies could be discussed less frequently, let's say once a quarter when they arise. It goes back to that idea that the less time you spend on unnecessary tasks, the more time you have to dedicate to the driving purpose of the business, don't you think?
Yeah, I could see that. I guess you're right. Like I said, a lot of the processes have been implemented since day one. So, I mean, it's not really how we've been doing business for so long now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Dr. Page, I'm not asking you to change how you've conducted business. I'm simply asking you to think about other ways that it can be handled more efficiently that would benefit your business. Would a system that allows Jane to provide materials to new hires discussing company policies, benefits, and expectations help make her job a lot easier?
Yeah, I'm sure that would make it easier on her.
Yeah. So ADP offers these types of benefits, and they usually drastically change the efficiency of many businesses. What could Jane dedicate more of her time to if she didn't have to schedule meetings every week?
Well, she's done a great job since I brought her on. And honestly, I've been wanting to give her some more operational responsibilities down the road. So I would assume more time to handle more tasks for me.
Absolutely, Dr. Page. I would assume with the fact that you're looking to open another location, putting people in the right positions and delegating more responsibilities is an essential part to growing your business, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Lawrence. It would be very beneficial.
Well, that's good to hear.